Brian Grimes, your real estate mentor, back with another action-packed session. Today, we're going to teach you how to turn 1K into 10K, even with bad credit. Or if you're starting off with little cash, limited credit, bad credit, no credit, I'm going to show you that strategy today. So make sure you stick around to the end. Very important session for you if that's what's been holding you back. And I know that's what holds a lot of you back, holds a lot of us back when we're just getting started. It kind of held me back a little bit, actually, I will say. But I was able to do some credit hacks, some rapid rescores, and get my credit up. But stick around to the end. I'm going to walk you through it. It's a 3-step process. So make sure you're here. If you're new to the platform and you want to tap into my free training, I put it together the first week of January. All you have to do is DM me cash flow if you're on IG. If you're on YouTube tapping in, just leave a comment that says I subscribed, and I'll send you instant access to that free training. We have our next real estate ride along tour. If you want to spend a day with me touring the rehab properties that we're building, that rental properties that we're building for our clients right now from all across the country, that's going to be in March. So reach out, ask me about the ride along. And then we have the Inner Circle program if you just want to learn this game. If you want to learn how to invest without cash or credit, if you want to take your game to the next level, DM me about that Inner Circle and we'll get you tapped into that program as well. Let me dive straight into this thing. I'm only going to spend maybe 20-25 minutes on this. If you guys have questions as we're going through, drop them in the chat section, drop them in the comment section, and we'll kind of flow through all the questions you guys have. All right. So how does this thing work? How do you turn 1,000 into 10,000 as a new real estate investor? It sounds a little, Anthony said he's tapping in from LA. It sounds a little taboo, especially when people are kind of new to the game. They think everything's like a scam. Oh, you can't do that. You can't invest without cash or credit. There's so much that will go over your head as a new real estate investor. You don't necessarily have the prerequisite knowledge, but this is going to give you the framework. So as you're scaling up, as you're doing your research, you can come back to this framework over and over again and start to implement it. So let's dive straight into it. Step one, with turning like a G into 10 G's, the first thing you have to do is get in front of motivated sellers. This entire game of investing with little to no cash or bad or no credit, it's about getting in front of people who want to sell. And every deal starts this way. This is I think the aha moment or kind of light bulb that happens to most new real estate investors. How does the realtor get a deal? Sometimes people just think, oh, well, realtors just kind of have deals. They just wake up and deals just kind of fall in their lap. No, they have marketing plans. They do direct mail. They have physical offices. They get referrals. They go to networking events. They do a lot of things to stir up leads, to get in front of people who are looking to sell. And then they bring those deals to the market, to the MLS. You can do the exact same thing. If I showed you specifically, step by step, what a realtor does, what mailers they do, who they talk to, the same events they go to, you could do the same thing. There's not anything that's stopping you from doing it. I'm going to give you a strategy that's a little bit easier than what most realtors do, what most wholesalers do, quite frankly. I would say most people are doing it wrong. They're spending too much time and energy trying to get in front of motivated sellers. I'm going to show you the cheat code, quite frankly. This is the fastest, most efficient way to do it, and how you can take $1,000, turn it into 10,000 or more within the next 30 to 60 days if you just follow this process. So step one is getting in front of motivated sellers. That is the number one thing. Motivated seller would be somebody who wants to sell or has some type of reason. So that reason could be, hey, I'm in pre-foreclosure, foreclosure. That could be, you know what, I was managing this property out of town with my son, and he graduated from college and now he moved out of town, nobody's there, and I don't want to deal with it anymore. It could be, hey, somebody died and we inherited the property and we don't know what to do with it. We're not real estate investors. We just want to sell it and walk away with some cash. Whatever the situation is, your job, number one, is to uncover motivation. So how are we going to find these people as average investors, as people who are working the 9 to 5 still? Even though I got my 9 to 5 crossed out. I mean, I retired from the 9 to 5 at age 30 and have been in real estate ever since. And I want you guys to do the same thing. I want you to get out. But how we're going to do it while we're still in is we're going to list build. List building is the most effective way. It's not that you can't go out and do direct mail or do online ad campaigns, all these different things that I can, teach you guys how to do. And there are multiple strategies. You can do bandit signs. You can still do some of that guerrilla marketing and be effective. But I'm going to build lists. I'm going to use websites like PropStream. I have a bunch of other websites that I use, some that I prefer more than a PropStream. But PropStream is a big recognizable website that you guys can go and tap into, and you can do like a free trial. So it doesn't even cost you anything to tap into these websites, do a free, you know, 15-day, 30-day trial, and build a list of anywhere from 5 to 10,000 people in a group of zip codes, or in an area or a city or a state where you would be interested in investing, where you're close to, where you can kind of get in on the action, and then take these properties and sell them to somebody else. So you're gonna list build in those lists. How do you list build here? You're gonna set a screen for maybe out of state investors, people who own properties but they live out of state. That's a nice list, because that's going to uncover some of those motivations, right? Like, they don't live close to the property. There's going to be a high chance that they want to get rid of it. I want them to own the property for at least 5 to 7 years. I don't want to deal with people or be talking to people who just bought a property last year. They're not looking to sell. So I'm going to set some pretty basic screens so that I can get a wide reach. I want to get 5,000 to 10,000 people on my list. The more the merrier, because I'm not going to be doing the legwork, which we're going to talk about in step 2. And then the next step in step 1 is to skip trace. I want to skip trace these people. So I want to get their contact information. Skip tracing is a process where you take a lead. So this could be somebody's name and then just an address, the property that they own. And I can feed that information into software and get their contact information. So I can get their cell phones, maybe their email, and I can now reach out and contact these people to buy their house or to make them a cash offer. A cheap website to use for that is peoplesearch.com. You can do a 1 month plan for like $29 and do like unlimited searches. So it is not expensive. So right now, after step 1, we're in at $29 all in. If you don't have $29, you shouldn't be investing in real estate. If you don't have $1,000 even, you shouldn't be investing in real estate. You want to save up. Make sure you get yourself in that position where you at least have a G to put towards this thing, so you can try to get some traction and really make this a real business. You don't want to start real estate investing truly from zero. Or you can go and get business credit, get a credit card, 10K on the credit card limit. That's going to give you enough time to take $1,000 off a business credit card with 0% interest, introductory rate for 18 months, and then flip that money up. One deal, as you'll see, is enough to do a 9-10x return anyway. So one proper deal, you're going to pay that $1,000 back onto the business card and still be up and profitable. Guys, if you're getting value, like, comment, subscribe, leave a comment that says I subscribe, and share the content with someone else who you want to get value, who you want to learn this strategy. This is the nuts and bolts. This is what people will charge you. People will charge you $10,000 just for this information. Step 2, let's get straight into it. And if you have any questions as we're going through this, drop them in the chat, drop them in the comment section. We'll flow for as long as we have questions, and then we'll call it. Step 2, I'm going to take this list now that I put together for $29, and I'm going to, or it could be a little bit more. It could be $100, whatever it is. In this example, it's 29. I'm going to now go out and get a virtual assistant. So I don't want to set up systems where I have to do all the work. We're human beings. You guys are going to procrastinate just like I would. If there's too much work and you're the only person that can do it, you're going to start to set prioritization levels, and you're going to deprioritize whatever you don't enjoy, which is going to be calling people to see if they're motivated to sell their house. A lot of cold calling involved with this strategy. So I'm going to go out and I'm going to hire a virtual assistant. If you don't know how to get in front of virtual assistants or how to find them, just reach out to me, and I'll try to get you pointed in the right direction. But you can get a virtual assistant to call for anywhere from we'll call it $2 to $3, but they might not be the best. $2 to $3 per hour to like $6 an hour. You can get them to cold call this list and just pound this list and uncover leads. If they're doing a good job here, they should be sending you about 1 to 2 motivated sellers every day from this list. I repeat, 1 to 2 motivated sellers every day. If I go and factor this into a cost per lead, when I'm factoring in like the total cost of the virtual assistant, any dialing software, anything, it's about $37 per lead. $37 a lead is what you can kind of write down on a napkin and start to do your back of the envelope math. So their job is to blast this list every day if anybody is motivated to sell. So they get on the phone and they're just, hey, you on 123 Main Street, just had a couple questions. Were you interested in selling? What type of price would you be looking for? How soon are you looking to sell? They're doing a lot of that entry level work. And then if somebody says, yeah, I'm ready, they transfer them over to you. So you're not doing that grunt work. This is, to me, the most important part of any system, is having it set up in a way where somebody else is doing all that grunt work for you so that you can just stay in like go mode. So your job now is to just talk to motivated sellers. You're not chasing them. You don't have to do a ton of marketing. You're just talking to people who are interested in selling their property. And it's a pretty easy conversation. I actually have some call recordings that I can share. I'll probably share them with my inner circle group maybe this Wednesday night. But it's something I could easily share with you guys. But it's basic calls. Hey, know you're interested in selling. You spoke with my assistant. I just want to get you a cash offer. And all you're trying to do is get out to the property. Either you get out physically or you send somebody to go out to the property, take a look at it, put together a rehab budget, get a feel for the property, and understand what price you need to put that deal under contract at for it to be profitable. If you don't know how to do any of this stuff, it's a reason why you should tap into mentorship to just become more knowledgeable, because having this level of knowledge to be able to look at a video of a property and understand what type of rehab it will take to put it back together, that allows you to get a deal underpriced, put it under contract at a low price, mark it up, and then sell it to another investor and make a profit. And there are people who do one of these deals and make 50K off of the deal. But I'm keeping the numbers conservative for you guys. So that's step 2. That's going to be, let's say we got like 30 leads, $37 a lead. I'm going to call that, $970. So I got the $29 for the skip tracing, $970 for the lead activity. I'm in at $1,000, but I got 30 motivated people that want to sell me their property. And that's pretty low. You could probably get maybe almost 60 leads for that same cost. Step 3. And guys, once again, if you're getting value from this, like, comment, subscribe, share the content with someone else who you want to get value, and drop any questions you have in the chat section. We will answer this question. Amir had a question. I'll get into step 3. Do you need a wholesale license to do this type of investing? It depends on where you're at. In some cities, some municipalities, you do. In some other places, you don't. So it really depends. In a place like Philadelphia, you do need a wholesale license now. 2 years ago, you didn't. In many markets, you still don't. So it really depends on how you're structuring. There are some loopholes and ways to get around it as well. So it just depends how you're structuring your deals. Guys, any questions, drop them in the chat section. Like, comment, subscribe, share the content with someone who you want to get value. If you're on IG and you want to tap into my free real estate training that'll show you how to do this and more, how to scale your own portfolio, just DM me cash flow and I'll send that over to you, that free training. Step 3. Now I'm talking to people and my job is to just get deals under contract. Here's the thing. If you talk to enough motivated sellers, you're going to get a deal. It's not rocket science and it's not magic. It's just being in the right place at the right time. Somebody's looking to sell. You're there offering a bag of cash. Hypothetically, you're offering to buy the property within a certain period of time, maybe 90 days, 60 days. It's going to connect. It's just a numbers game. So if you close 5% of the people you talk to, that's not high, because you have, let's say you started with 10,000 leads. They whittled that down to 30 to 60 people who are actually motivated to sell. Somebody else did all that grunt work. Now you're only talking to people with a motivation. You close 5% of them, 1 to 2 people. That's cool. That's good money. Your average profit per deal is around $10,000. So that's, hey, I got the property under contract for $90K. I marked it up to $100K, sold it to an investor. He's going to put in an $80K rehab and flip it and make 50 grand off of it. So he's happy. You can make easily 10K per deal, just marking the deals up, negotiating them to the right price point, and selling them to other investors. And that's the last step of this process. So step 3 is just sell it to another investor. If you don't know how to rehab properties yet, if you don't have good credit and you can't qualify for rehab loans and construction loans, then just sell the property to another investor who can. Walk away with your commission. You're going to make around $10,000 on average. Some deals you'll make a little bit more. And that's the capital that you would then take and reinvest back into the system. So you go up 10,000, you spend 1,000, now you're up 9,000. Now I'm going to double down. I'm probably going to go get 20,000 leads and get another virtual assistant and have them both banging the phone. I'm going to go up to a $2,000 monthly spend, and I'm going to try to make $20,000 to $30,000 on the flip end. We taught this strategy to many of our mentees. We've had people make good money doing this. And I would say that it's kind of a nuts and bolts strategy. If you're going to be a real estate investor anyway, you want to learn how to uncover deals from motivated sellers, because this allows you to operate in any market, especially tough markets. If you live in a market and you're like, Brian, I just can't find any deals, there's nothing on the MLS, everything's tough, there's all these bidding wars, then you need to learn a strategy like this, where for $1,000, you could go and uncover a deal in a tough market at a $60,000, $70,000 discount from what it would be, on the MLS. So this is what you need to know to get to that next level. If you're a new real estate investor, even if you're not starting off as a wholesaler, even if you're starting off as a real developer, you're going to go out and do the burst strategy and buy and hold. You want to learn how to uncover deals. This is a core strategy that you need to be successful, in my opinion. So there you have it. This is the strategy, step by step, how to turn 1K into 10K. Now, there's definitely more information you might need depending on who you are. You might not understand how to talk to motivated sellers, how to review deals and understand budgets, how to pull comps, all of that information. If you don't understand, you need to get educated. And nobody can do that for you. There is some education out there online, on YouTube land, on Instagram land, but you'll be fishing for a while and trying to piece a lot of stuff together. To me, I'm a fast track type of person. I'd rather just get straight in front of the information so that I can accelerate, because the faster I can master a strategy like this, the faster I can get out of the 9 to 5 or stack up my capital. If I want to invest in real estate, but I don't have the cash, now I can stack up my capital with a strategy like this and get into the game a little bit deeper. So guys, if you have any questions about this, drop them in the chat section, drop them in the comment section, and we'll flow through this. T-Bird says, how did you get to the $37 per lead? Trying to understand. So how you get to $37 per lead is there's going to be cost associated with any type of a marketing campaign. So there will be some costs involved with going out and building your list. There's going to be software. There might be an auto dialer or something to help your virtual assistants call faster. And the virtual assistants themselves cost money to dial per hour. So I'm factoring in all of those costs. My auto dialer software, which is not that expensive, maybe let's call that $200 a month. My list building, so any websites that I need, maybe that's another $50 a month or so. And then the wage that I'm paying, the cost per hour to have somebody dial and do those calls with motivated sellers to uncover it. On average, that's about $37 per lead. Could be lower, but if you're running at even a $37 per lead cost, per motivated seller lead cost, I mean, that's tremendous. Now, I've done like social media ads, Facebook, Instagram ads, and I've gotten those lead costs down as low as $5 per lead. So then you could do that math. If you're talking to people at $5 per lead at full scale, I mean, for $500, you can talk to 100 motivated sellers, or at least get access to them. You close 5% of those. That's like 5 people, $10,000 per deal on average. You can really start to flip yourself up. So your lead cost can vary, and there are ways to get your lead cost way lower than this. You can do bandit signs. You could put up 100 bandit signs for $200, and if they stay up for long enough, you'll be getting calls. Now, will you get the volume that you could get through this strategy I'm talking about? Not necessarily. The reason I like this strategy the most is you can get a lot of volume. I want to get in front of 1 to 2 people every day, because it's a law of averages. It's a law of numbers. If I talk to 1 to 2 people every day, or every other day even, that are motivated to sell, chances are somebody's going to say, okay, I'll take that price. And you only need one deal to mark up, sell for 10K to make that 9x, 10x return. if you can keep your lead costs within this range. So this is just a good rule of thumb and something to wrap your mind around as somebody who's never done this before. How much is it really going to cost me? Should cost you around 37, maybe $40 to get in front of a motivated seller. If you can get that cost down to 10, it's money as long as the leads are good. The thing I know about these leads is they're really good. At $37 a lead, they're motivated. And you can listen to a phone call and say, oh, okay, yeah, this person's really looking to sell, even before you get on the phone with them. So hope that helps. Hey, do you work with realtors? I do. I believe that realtors are really good leverage. Wholesalers are good leverage. I work with wholesalers. I work with realtors. But also I'm sourcing my own deals off market as well. So I believe in deal overflow. If you want to be a really good real estate investor, create deal overload. Try to get deals from everywhere, the auction, wholesalers, on market, off market, ML, wherever. I want all the deals. The more deals that come across your desk, the more opportunity you have to win big. So you just need to create deal overflow. And how you do that is by having multiple sources that you can go to get profitable deals. So this, to me, this is the most profitable source of deals. For $1,000 a month, even if you ran for 3 months without any deals, the third month you did a deal, you mark that up 10K, you're still up. Like you're just not going to lose. Ebony said Florida is a hot spot nowadays. Florida is definitely a good market to be doing something like this in, because there are a lot of motivated sellers in Florida right now, especially in kind of South Florida, Miami and thereabout, kind of in all those different areas, in all those pockets. A lot of people looking to sell because the HOA fees are going up, the taxes are going up, the insurance is going up. There are people that are looking to get out, and they'll sell at discounts. And I think if you hang on or sell it to somebody else, there's always a buyer there too. So that would be a good market to try to do this in, if anybody's thinking about that. Guys, if you're getting value, like, comment, subscribe. Leave a comment that says I subscribe. If you're on IG, DM me cash flow. I'll send you access to our free training that'll teach you this and more, how to scale yourself to the next level. And, just get started. Really just get yourself started. That's why I tell you guys, it doesn't matter if you have tons of cash, perfect credit score, or none of the above. You just have to get started and learn how to get in the game. Hey, Brian, have you heard about this new program where Section 8 is now basically doing co-living and paying by the bedroom? It's not new. Co-living will do SROs. I mean, Section 8, they will do SROs, single room occupancy. And it's just there aren't a lot of people that do it. So I know in a market like Philly, there's not a lot of SROs in Philly. So a lot of the inspectors won't understand it. There are a lot of people that won't manage it as well. So the problem is not with co-living and SRO, single room occupancy, or room rentals. It's not that it's not profitable. It's highly profitable to room rent a property, or to do single room occupancy, or to do co-living where you're renting out master suites. The problem is you can't find a property manager to manage it. That's the biggest issue, is where do you find that manager who's going to come in and manage it, who's going to tenant it, who's going to deal with any drama, who's going to deal with the turnover. That's very difficult. In fact, I'll say almost all property management companies I talk to, none of them want to touch it. The only people who do it are in-house groups. In-house groups will do it, or people who are doing it for themselves. So I know a lot of companies that focus on co-living, and they just scale across the country because it's so profitable. But there are very few people who understand it as a management company, so they stay away from it. They don't even know how to market it correctly, how to underwrite it, how to screen tenants. They don't know any of it. So you're going to have trouble. If you want to self-manage, you could do it, and you could hire a virtual assistant to help you to self-manage. But you're going to need a lot of resources to get it done. You're going to need some resources and some knowledge to get it done. But it's definitely doable, guys. It's definitely doable. So guys, looks like we're up against 25 minutes. I'm not sure if there are any more questions out there, but if you're interested in getting started with this strategy, you want to learn more, you can always reach out. You can click the link in the description below this video, and you can get access to my free real estate training, and then book a call with me and my team if you're interested in learning more, or kind of getting started with a strategy like this. If you're just tired of being stuck in that 9 to 5. If you're interested in our boots on the ground program, where we find, finance, rehab, tenant, and manage properties for you, we have I think one opening right now because we had a few people join. Um, that's a good program if you have a little bit more capital to play with. Your credit is at least at like a 660. That's a good program because we can just find you properties and facilitate the rehab and tenanting and management for you. So you don't have to deal with it. That's great if you're in a priced out market like California and you've been looking for a way to invest out of state in a cheaper market and have somebody do it turnkey for you. So just reach out about the Boots on the Ground program and we'll teach you about that, how it works, see if it's a good fit. But we only have so many openings at any given point in time. So definitely reach out quickly if you're interested. If not, you probably miss it. And then we have the ride along tour. Like I said, our next real estate ride along tour, I get a lot of questions about that, is going to be in March. I don't have the specific date, but if you're interested, because I always get reach outs from Boots on the Ground members, from our inner circle people, people who are kind of closely connected, who want to spend that day with me in Philly, and we'll just tour properties. We teach you the construction game. We teach you kind of everything, a whole bird strategy, and we show you different pockets of Philly that are profitable where you can invest in. Having that experience will allow you to invest out of state anywhere. Realistically, you'll learn how to navigate out of state. If you're interested in that, reach out about the ride along tour. DM me ride along, drop a comment that says ride along so that we can get you in front of that information. But those tickets usually sell out very quickly. And for my people who are already in, my Boots on the Ground people, my inner circle people, if you're interested in attending, reach out ASAP. Don't wait until the last minute and hit me with that text. Hey, Brian, you got any more spots? I was thinking about coming through. And it's like, bro, those tickets been sold out for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So definitely reach out ASAP about that. But guys, hope this session helps. I'm probably going to do another session this week. I want to talk about the Trump effect, and now that he's kind of in, what's going to happen there. We need to wait to see how these executive orders play out, especially the ones that are set to impact real estate. But we're going to talk about that a little bit later this week after we give it a little bit more time to pan out. But hope this session helps. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, share it with somebody else who you want to get value. Stay locked into the game. Don't sit on the sidelines, and understand that you can get into this game even if you're starting off with little to no cash, bad credit, no credit. Hope that helps. Brian Grimes, your real estate mentor. I will see you guys on the next one.